Welcome to another episode of Multiplayered, the podcast by gamers for gamers. I'm your host this week, not Zach Matscanis. It's me, Javier Ortiz, and I'm joined by the always Afrolicious Kayhan. What's up, man?
It's going good, man. How's it going? It's been a while.
Dude, look at that. Look into the camera again. Look at that quality. It's like 4K. Is it 4K?
It's 4K uploaded at 720p, so
Nice.
it's useless.
I mean, it's still really nice quality. That's a really nice camera.
Yeah, it's high res.
Yeah, I can see your pores.
Yeah,
You're dirty.
Yeah, you can see my greasy nose. Yeah, you see.
No, it's fine. It looks good though. But yeah, welcome back. It's been a while, but Zach was out this week. I think he's out for a job or something. He had to leave LA or something. I forget what he said, but he's basically not here this week. So it's just gonna be us two running the show. By the way, just wanted to remind everyone that Multiplayer comes out every Wednesday on all podcast services. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the podcast services, we are on them. We're also on Patreon at patreon.com/multiplayered. If you feel like throwing us $1, that's totally cool. If you don't want to, that's totally fine as well. We love you either way. Kayhan, you ready? All right, let's.
I'm ready.
Well, it's been a minute since I've talked to you, man. Have you been playing anything interesting?
Yeah, I played the demo for Resident Evil 7 or 8.
Wait, just the demo? The game came out.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I saw the gameplay for it. Some parts of it seemed cool, but I didn't care for the gunplay. I only was into Resident Evil 4 back in the day because the gunplay was pretty fun. Like just the reaction and the feedback from the guns I used, but it seemed pretty weak. Like at the beginning of the game, the guns seemed pretty weak. I don't know if it was like that the whole game, but
like damage wise,
no, it was just the feedback. Like when you like I don't care if the guns are weak. I get it's a horror game or whatever. It's not supposed to be strong as hell, I guess, whatever. But it's just when you shoot, the feedback and the kickback you get, it just felt weak. Like I'm a huge gun person when it comes to like the horror games, and like if it didn't have feedback, I just don't want to play it. I just kind of died out from it, honestly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I played through RE8. I'm actually doing a second playthrough right now because after you beat it, it unlocks a bunch of like extra like game stuff where you can buy different guns, or like you can buy like infinite ammo. So I'm like, I bought a machine gun with infinite ammo, so I'm just kind of running through it on like hard mode and just like gunning down everything. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
it sounds kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, it's when you play it that way, it's much less scary and a lot more fun because you're just like mowing down everything in front of you. Like,
well, it's Resident Evil 5 with the shotguns, RPGs, and you're just like kind of blowing up everything. Yeah.
It becomes. I mean, it still relatively has a creepy vibe. It's just running around with the machine gun. It's just way more fun. But it makes boss fights like, man, like the first, basically like the way that game works is like you run into the vampire ladies are the first bosses you fight, and like the very first one I fought, I beat her in like 5 seconds because I literally just had the machine gun in front of her.
You're just like
just
the whole time.
Basically. But something I noticed that I didn't realize before is like the PS5 controller, which I'm showing right now. You know how it had like the adaptive, I forget what it's called, adaptive feedback or adaptive triggers or something. You hear about that?
Yeah, like is it like the haptic feedback where when you shoot a gun it kind of
it feels it feels different. So like I totally like on the second playthrough I noticed it even more. When you switch guns, like it sounds almost like gears are changing in the controller. Where it's
that sounds horrible.
It's not though. Like it's kind of nice. Like it's pretty cool. It's like an interesting
gears changing.
Well, it's not. I mean, I use that loosely. Like it's not actual like clonk clonk clonk. Like it feels different. Like something changes.
But I'm saying, well, when you say gears changing, it's not like when I imagine haptic feedback, I imagine like you shoot, then the vibration, like shoot vibration, shoot vibration. When you say gears changing, I imagine like shoot, then it's like.
No. Like a machine, like the machine gun.
Yeah.
When you change to your machine gun, you can hear like a click happening in the controller, so something changes. And when you hold the controller down or the button down, you can feel like like in your finger, like as if it's like a gun like shooting in your finger. Like you can feel vibration. That's what I mean.
Wait. Okay, that's
it's pretty cool.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool if you're playing like a single player game. But I swear, on a competitive shooter, you would not fucking want that on.
Yeah,
That would be a nightmare to have that on.
Yeah, I haven't. I play Overwatch and I haven't noticed it when I play that. Like it feels like a normal controller. I've only noticed it with Resident Evil so far. I mean, that's the only that's the only like PS5 game I've played, even though it's not technically a PS5 game. But I'm gonna try like Returnal next maybe, and I'm gonna see if it does the same thing because it's really interesting. It like the whole gear changing thing inside the trigger is just. It feels really cool. Like it
would be cool for a car racing game if there was gears changing, where if you hit up like the second shift, all of a sudden that you feel a controller like dun, dun, dun,
that
like,
would
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, but like RE8, I really like it, man. I've enjoyed it a lot. Like I don't know.
What happened to the big lady, the trailer lady? Apparently, she was used for marketing tactics, and she wasn't in the game almost at all.
They sold that game on Vampire Ladies.
But that's because of the fans. The fans had some weird like nerd reaction. I didn't get
weird?
it. I honestly.
Is it weird? Come on.
Yeah, this has never happened in games. They're usually mature about it. You know, they're usually very mature. And Rule 34 never exists until today.
It's like these big tall vampire ladies showing off cleavage, and like everyone overreacted. It's like, really? You no one expected that? Come on.
But it's funny. Well, what's funnier to me is when people got mad that she wasn't in the game a lot. It's like, yeah, but you guys basically just gave them a free pass to market this random character that you just love. And then you fell for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny too because like their section, the way the game works is like spoilers. There's like 4 different sections of the game, and each of them has like a boss. And so the vampires are the very first one. So like they're in their castle, and eventually you kill them, and then you move on to different sections of the village. But it's amazing how they sold that game on these vampire ladies, and it's literally the very first. So once you're done with them, you're done with them. Like you don't go back, because that's the other thing about this game is like when you beat an area, you can't go back in it, which I don't like, because it's like I hope
that's beyond linear. That's like the door closes behind you. It's like too bad.
Yeah,
you can't revisit it.
Yeah, I really don't like that, because it's like, oh, did you miss like something in the castle? Too bad. Like
you miss in the castle. Stupid.
Yeah. Basically, it's like
you didn't check over every rock before you left. Yeah.
It's like weird. That's one thing I don't like about the game, because it's like it's like you're not rewarding someone for exploring. It's like you're punishing for not exploring enough. Yeah. You know, so it's just like I want to be able to explore and look around and stuff. It's just like you're not, when you don't let me, it's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's really fun. Like I really enjoyed the game, and it's got like, man, it's got some of my favorite lines from the main character, Ethan. Like throughout the game, really? Some of the stuff he says is really funny. I don't want to say too much because like some of it's like
give me a couple. Give me a couple.
I mean, so like towards the one line he says towards the end of the game when you fight like the big bad boss, it's like one of the funniest things where he's like, F you crazy bitch. Like he's really funny.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, like he literally just screams it at her. It's so funny the way he says it. And like his general like reactions to stuff. Like one of the bosses you fight is like this fishy kind of monster guy, and he's like, ugh, you freak. Like he just makes fun of him. And he's like,
it's like us.
Yeah,
dirty
bitch. Yeah, and like when you beat him, he's like, he died as he lived. Disgusting. And it's like, it's so weird and like cheesy one-liner, and you don't expect it, but it's really funny. And like the dude who plays him, I don't know who the voice actor is, but like his delivery on those lines, they're really funny. Like he's actually like, I didn't like him that much at first because I wasn't really into the whole first person perspective, but it ended up like I actually kind of like the guy Ethan Winters a lot more than I originally did. He ended up being really funny, and just his general reactions to stuff is really great. But now overall, I really like that game, man. I think it ties really well into like the story of Resident Evil and like everything that's happened, and it still is kind of weird that this dude went from like Louisiana to Europe, but whatever. Like they wanted to put werewolves and stuff in the game somehow, so he ends up in like Transylvania or something, or some
like,
weird.
What if he takes a road trip from Louisiana and makes a left turn and ends up at the castle?
Yeah, it's such a strange like. It was like 3 years ago. I saved Mia, his wife, from like Louisiana, the Baker House in Louisiana, and then we settled down in this European country, starting a new life. It's like that's really far away. Why would you pick like and of all?
So anyways, we're in a medieval castle now.
Yeah, it's like and we're near this really creepy village with a vampire castle, but it's totally fine. It's way better than Louisiana and America.
See, yeah. What is this anti-American propaganda?
It is a Japanese company.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I've been playing that a lot. It's been really fun. Have you been playing anything else interesting besides the you tried the demo?
Oh yeah, true. I just said I played the demo for. I've been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous. Came out with a new DLC, which I was gonna try. I actually haven't tried, so I haven't been playing it. Never mind. I want to try it. I actually haven't been playing anything new since the last time we've talked. I've played mods, which we need to talk about today, but I can't really.
The game mods?
Yeah, it's a cool game, which is in every game. I've been playing the same old games because of modding. That's why I've been playing the same old games. Like what? Like, are we gonna? I mean, yeah, GTA. Okay, GTA. Just GTA. Red Dead.
Nice.
What else? Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good one, the old
original,
one, the good
nice,
one,
nice.
The old one. What else? Even FIFA becomes good when you have mods. There's plenty of games.
What's one of your favorite mods that you've done?
Witcher 3. No, that's not a mod. That's a game I was playing also. But favorite mod. Okay, full for GTA and No, for damn it. That's a hard question.
I know. That's why
Damn
I asked.
you. Wait, so favorite mod?
Well, I mean, just like one you've done like recently that you were like, oh, that was awesome.
Red Dead. There's a be a cop one. Like in GTA, there's like a whole you can be a cop mod or whatever. But in Red Dead, they made one where you can be a sheriff, where you go into the gun. No, you go into the sheriff's office and then you can like sign in for work and you can like choose to be a different skinned person or whatever, like a cowboy or whoever, or you could be Arthur. And then you leave the sheriff's office once you clock in, and then a citizen will come up to you and be like, Sheriff, we have this issue. And they'll like a random NPC will run up to you, which is cool. And they trigger random events. And you go do that mission. Yeah, you go do that mission. You can arrest random people. If you point a gun at them, you can make them like stick their hands up. You can be like, whoa, you ain't going nowhere. Or you can actually strip search them, where you go up to them and you like have your gun pointed at them and you can like take their guns from them or whatever, which is really cool. It's really nice.
Nice. That's awesome.
And there's a Fight Club one where you can just you spawn random NPCs wherever you are and they have no weapons and they immediately try to box you immediately. So I spawn, what's her name? Sadie Adler, one of the camp, the women.
Mm-hmm.
I forget which one she is. She's one of the beginning of the campaign where her husband gets murdered and you save her.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but yeah.
I don't know her name, but her and John Marston's wife or whatever, I forget her name too, but they always put up the biggest fight. I fight Dutch and Micah, but they always suck. I don't know why.
You just like fist fighting the lady characters?
I mean, I don't like it. I have to. It's a Fight Club. I shouldn't even tell you about that. I shouldn't even be telling you about this.
That's true, dude. Why are you telling me this now?
It's a mod.
It's the first rule. That's cool, man. So that's in Red Dead that you've been doing that?
Yeah, Red Dead has the Fight Club and the cop mod.
Nice.
Sheriff mod. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's it's funny that you talk about Red Dead. That might come up later. Well, cool, man. I'm glad that you've been having a good time. I've actually been trying to dive deep into like what my PlayStation can offer. So like I was telling Zach like a couple weeks ago, like I played. Have you ever heard of Castlevania? Like, well, you know about the Castlevania franchise.
No, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever heard of Symphony of the Night?
No.
So that's it was from like 1997. It was on the PlayStation 1. But it's like one of the best Castlevania games ever made, and I never played it. And it was like part of a bundle on the PSN store for like $8. So I was like, I'll try that. And so yeah, it's like this past like month has been like it went from Castlevania to like Resident Evil. And so It's just been really great and really like dark, creepy vibes. It's been
No, I thought you were saying didn't you say you were testing the PS5? Like you're trying to like push the PS5?
No.
What?
No, I meant like I'm trying to get like play as many games as I like can on my PS5. So like I'm downloading like old games and I'm playing like new games.
I thought you were saying you're trying to push it, like you're trying to play the most advanced game.
No,
Like remember that 1997 game? Like
it really pushes
the pixels,
yeah.
all 64 of them.
Yeah, dude. It put my PS5. You should have heard it when I put on Castlevania.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah, it starts taking off. Yeah.
And then the gears were changing in my controller. But yeah, no, it's been.
I can't find my controller. I was gonna...
But it's been fun. But yeah, like once I get through Resident Evil Village, I think I'm gonna try that other PS5 game, Returnal. Zach was talking about it. He said it's really good, but I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna get it yet or not, or if I'm gonna wait for it to be on sale.
Yeah,
Meh. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, I wanted to dive into a little bit of the news for this week, and I know how much you love Overwatch. It's just your favorite.
Can't get enough of Overwatch.
I know it's your favorite thing Blizzard's ever made. I know you love Blizzard as a company.
Actually, it probably is. What else have they made that's
Warcraft?
Popular? Yeah, see, Overwatch is the favorite thing. Yeah,
I mean they got Warcraft and Hearthstone.
Hearthstone?
Yeah, Hearthstone.
Is it Hearthstone or Hearthstone?
I always said Hearth.
I said Hearts. I thought it was Hearthstone. Anyway,
I don't think it matters.
I don't play it. I mean, it looks cool. I haven't played it though, but yeah.
It's pretty fun for free, like for just a free games. Like play like you play on your iPad, I think. If
in the car or something or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Like on the car or in your car.
Oh yeah, you can play it on your car. Yeah.
Yeah, in traffic you just park and just yeah.
But yeah, Overwatch 2 is going to be coming out eventually. They still haven't come out with a date yet, but they had this really big stream this past week where they talked about updates for the sequel, and it's going to be changing from the biggest thing. It's going to be going from a 6v6 platform to a 5v5 platform. And they were talking about because right now we basically don't like everyone playing behind tanks and shields, and so that we're getting rid of.
They made that.
I know.
They did that.
I know. Well, the thing that's weird is they have 6v6, right? And it was originally you could choose whatever character you want. And so what everyone did in the the league and the top tier players, what they did was they chose 3 tanks and 3 support. And it was basically because your tanks just don't die and they just deal a lot of damage. And they didn't like that, so they introduced the 2-2-2 rule where it's you always have to play 2 tank, 2 DPS, and 2 support. That's it. And then people started figuring out oh well, double shielding, playing behind tanks, and it seems like the Overwatch team's stop. We got to take away another tank.
Ban, everyone's banned.
Yeah, so it's interesting that they're basically changing the format of the game completely. The team. It's always been a team-based, mechanic-driven game, but now they're kind of changing up the format by dropping a tank. Now it's they're trying to they were saying how in the stream that they want to open up the playing ground, so there's more strategic flanking and stuff, and it seems almost they're trying to make it kind of MOBA-ish. And I know you like League of Legends, so I was gonna ask you in League, because I don't play it. I still haven't gotten past the tutorial section when you told me about it. But in League, what's the team? Comp?
There's a top laner who's usually can be AD or damage, but it's usually tank. That's usually the tank role for tank. There's a jungler who clears camps. Can be, a ganker or damage. I don't think they're usually tanks in the jungle, but it's usually only top lane is the tanks at most. Then you have a mid laner that does damage. You have the bot laner that does damage. Then you have a support. So you have 1 support, 1 tank. Then you have the rest are damage usually.
Well, how many people are on a team?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
5. So maybe they're trying
So
to
support. They're trying to copy that.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to
support
make
tank, then the rest are damage. Yeah.
I think they might be trying to do league style because
But then it's like how strong do you make the one tank if there's only one tank now?
That's what a lot of people were saying because like they also changed up like everyone's going to be really different and like characters are getting different abilities and like so like this guy Winston, the giant monkey, his whole thing was like he's got this electric cannon and he just zaps people really close. But in the stream they were showing he has an alternate fire that like is long range now with his little electric gun where it just he can zap people from really far away. So I think they're trying to focus more on like less like brawl style where you're just in each other's faces just like swinging a hammer or like getting basically getting in people's faces and trying to brawl. And they're trying to make it like maybe more finesse style, like more range stuff and more like I don't know, I guess more like league.
I'd suck at that. That range stuff is like that's hard. It's already Twitch gameplay is already too much for me. I can't play that game.
Yeah, and it's I was thinking about like, well, what's because it's technically a first person shooter. But are you trying to, if you're trying to, it seems like you're trying to copy a little bit off League, and that's clearly not a first-person shooter. So it's like, where's the balance of like, Twitch
of different genres too? Like, it's clearly a different genre entirely.
Yeah, because like in Overwatch, you've got characters that like you can snipe or like you can have a machine gun, and
what about Smite? Smite is
I never played Smite.
It's kind of like a MOBA, but it's actually I think it might be in between. It's like a third person, I believe, like MOBA, but it's third person. It's same thing as a MOBA game, but it's also like Overwatch where everyone has their own abilities. That might be closer to Overwatch is trying to do maybe. Because they have different lanes. It's like a MOBA, but it's also a third person shooter. It's not a top down thing. Right. So that's weird.
But is it's PvP, right?
Yeah.
Is there any type of like environment?
There's like it's like a MOBA where there's towers and there is minions, but there's PvP in it with champions with abilities, and there's like I'm sure there's tanks and stuff. So I don't know.
That's interesting.
I don't know what they're going for. All I know is that the more they mess with their element, the more they're probably gonna hurt their own fan base. Honestly.
Yeah. What's funny was like one of the reactions was because on the stream they had this dude named Super who plays, I forget what team he plays for, but he plays for the Overwatch League. And he's a tank player, and they had him on during the session where they were talking about like we're going to a 5v5 and like we only have one tank, and like everyone was posting like imagine being a tank player and being invited onto a stream and being told you have a 50% chance of losing your job. I thought that was,
Jesus, yeah, that sucks.
I would imagine like that's going through his head like, am I gonna get fired? Like there's only one tank now, like.
Hey, there's a letter from your team for you. And it's like you've been fired. Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like we have no idea. They still haven't said like when this game is coming out, so we don't know like when this stuff will happen. It probably won't be for like another couple of years, probably. But it's just interesting to think about like changing an entire meta, telling all your players right now what's going to happen, and then like all of your tank players being like, am I gonna be out of a job? It seems kind of wild to announce all this like right now. But yeah, they're gonna be moving to that 5v5 platform.
Sorry about that, Simone. I saw her crawl in the background of my camera footage, and she's like on the floor getting crackers. Anyways. It's gonna share.
I didn't see anything.
No, she like creeped there.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she blends in with the background. Oh, I thought you were naked. Why'd you just walk? I thought she's crawling out there because you were naked. Oh, daddy.
I love recording at home.
Yeah,
you get so many crazy things happening.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was gonna ask you though, when Overwatch 2 comes out. Eventually, do you think you'll buy it?
No, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Yeah.
How much is it? It's gonna be $60 though, right?
I mean, probably the same price.
They're gonna want full value. Like
I would imagine, like a new game would be worth the value of a new game.
Oh God, I hate when people want their money.
I know.
I'll probably, Is it PC? Is it crossplay?
I don't know if it has crossplay yet. That's actually a
I
good
want to use
question.
mouse and keyboard. I'm not good. I'm not good at like controller anymore. I tried using like controller. You saw like I played really. I can only do soldier, and that's barely with controller. I had to use like mouse and keyboard only.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because like I can't use a mouse. Well, that's not true. I like playing with a mouse. I just can't do the keyboard thing, like the different buttons.
That's weird.
That's what's always
so
that's what's always thrown me off about PC gaming because like I can't. I don't know. I just can't.
You don't remember where the shortcuts are, and you're like, what the hell?
Well, it's just like my fingers always get lost on the keys.
Cheese for grenade. Just hit the grenade.
Yeah, but like
button.
like I remember like I tried playing on PC once, and like the Q button is your ultimate, right?
Yeah.
And Q is next to W, so it should be really easy to get there. But like I would accidentally be hitting like the tab button, which is next to Q, or like I would be hitting the number 2 button. And then thinking that's W, and then hit number 1 for Q, and I'm like, nothing's happening. And I look down, I'm like, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. So it's like, I just can't.
That happens in
I
League
just
every
can't.
once in a while, where because League is a MOBA and you have like all these shortcuts, you have to use Q, W, E, and R, and then you also have to use 1, 2, 3, and 4 at times, and 5 at times on the keyboard. So I'll be clicking on my mouse, and I'll hit like Q, and then E, and then R for my combo, and then all of a sudden I realize I've been hitting 1, 2, and 4. Like, why am I not doing anything?
See?
Yeah.
Do you
It happens every once
see?
in a while.
That's why, like, me and Zach talked about it once. It's like, if they came out with something where it's like, I could hold like half of a controller and then have a mouse on my right hand and just use the left hand, like, I don't know, like, just give me this side of the controller and then I'll use my right hand with the mouse and I feel like I'll dominate. It's just
if I could just freaking.
exactly.
Like
It's like, you know, like the Wii had like, it had the Wii remote. That was the main controller. And then you plug in the little joystick thing, little nunchuck. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if I had a little nunchuck that I could hold, like, just for moving my character, that's it. And then everything, like, I can click and I can aim with my mouse, but just give me this to move. I can't WASD. I just can't do it. It's too, my fingers don't work that way. It's too complicated.
Jesus.
My brain can't function at that higher level.
Damn.
It's just too much. It's tough. But anyway, yeah, so Overwatch 2 will be coming out someday, and they're moving to a 5v5 platform. I don't know if that's going to be like something that they because I'm not sure if at the end of the first Overwatch's life cycle, if they're going to introduce that at some point to like introduce Overwatch 2, or if like I don't know if Overwatch 2 is going to be a separate like download, or if it's going to be like you can upgrade Overwatch 1. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's going to be really interesting when it happens. Anyway, moving on past Overwatch. I talked to you about this earlier, and we were talking about it, and you were like, what? What is that?
Modding.
Game Genie.
Oh, what is that?
Exactly, that reaction.
Yeah.
You're like, what is a Game Genie? And I can't believe you've never heard of it. Essentially, a Game Genie was like this thing in the 90s where it was like, it was basically like a cheat code device that you would buy, and you would plug your they had different versions for different. Don't eat on the camera.
I'm listening to a story.
Don't eat on the camera. But essentially, the Game Genie, you would put your cartridge into it, and then it would go into the system, and then you'd be able to like get stuff like extra lives or different weapons, or like you could jump higher for like Mario and stuff. It was basically like modding, but like old school modding, where it's less like I'm changing what the characters look like and more I'm kind of breaking the game ish to I can go to whatever level I want, I can make it easier, I can make it more difficult if I want to. So it's kind of like old school like hacking, if you want to call it that, or modding. But there was just an interesting article about like that I shared with you about like the history of the Game Genie, and it made me think about this like cheat codes in general and like old school cheat codes. And I know you're like, since you mod, it's basically one giant.
I love cheat codes.
Yeah, you can basically just do one giant cheat code. But like, I miss the days where like on like PlayStation 1 games, like a game would literally have a cheat code section Whereas like you press pause or go to the main menu and it says cheats, and you could enter things to give you like big head mode or like walk through walls mode.
Big head mode.
It was so much fun. And I really miss that about Game State. Like it doesn't really. I think Red Dead 2 still had cheat codes, technically, but like
but you had to do some BS with like you had to do really a lot of stuff to unlock some very basic cheat codes, like extra ammo, and it's like you have to do like 5 hours of side missions, and it's like congratulations, you got one.
And I remember playing through it, and I remember seeing that where it was like, you can't do this yet. I'm like, why is it an option then if I can't do it yet? It's like, you got to do all this. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I just want to just give me extra bullets. It'd make the game more fun.
And it's like, no, it's cool, just do this for 5 hours, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it's like, and I personally, like, some people are against like doing that kind of stuff where it's like, no, you got to play the game the way it was meant to be played for the first time. You should
have an option.
Yeah, like to me, like I always thought, like to me, there's no wrong way to play a game. You know,
make a separate save. They already do.
Exactly.
They already disable saves when you try and use a cheat code. They disable the saves.
I hate
so you
that.
can't even save it.
I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that. But it's like they clearly put a measure in for people that want to cheat. They disable the save, so you can't even continue. So what's the deal with like, it ruins the image of the game? It's like well then. I
bought it though. Like it's like I paid you. It's like,
why do you think when GTA 5, you remember when Rockstar said no modding even in single player for a while for GTA 5, and then everyone's like, screw your game, and they just downvoted it to hell, and they're like, no, wait, please, we need your money still. We realized it's all about the customers, not about us, what we want. Then they brought the modding back, but everyone came back to the game. That game became #1 so fast again.
I mean, it like basically still is.
It's always
it's like for like 10 straight years. It's just been
do you think it's because of? Do you think? If my food down, God dang it. Do you think it's because of? I'm talking to you, Rockstar. Do you think it's because of your Game Shark, your currency? That's why people play your game. It's called an addiction. No one likes that.
It's true though. You're right. Like when it comes to like games like GTA or Rockstar or Red Dead, I mean, it is all about the modding. Like even like older games, like you were just saying, you're still playing Battlefield 2, the original one.
Yeah, 2005 or 2007 or something.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah,
it was right around there.
And they have mods. Okay, EA, talking to you. EA, ew,
ew,
But like,
it's in the game.
I was gonna just no, but like. So Battlefront 2, they have a mod where you can go from the space battles to the ground battles in one motion. No loading screens. Like you can fly.
That's pretty cool.
So like, you know, they have like, Space Kashyyyk. You fly over those 2 ships in Kashyyyk and you do the conquest mode or whatever.
Sure.
But this one, you can do that, but there's like capture the flag missions where you can have one team will be the ground, one team will be in space, and you freaking can fly from space to the ground, capture the flag, and then fly to space while people are like chasing you through. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
That is pretty. I mean, that's actually pretty amazing. Like, there's not many games that you can go straight from like the ground into space like in one trip. Like that's actually pretty amazing.
And I don't care what people say, the game assets are too big nowadays. It's like, well, then compress that shit or reduce the graphics. People are still playing older games. It doesn't have to be 4K HDR gameplay.
That's true. I think people nowadays have such a hard on for like, it's got to be 4K HDR 1,000 frames per second. It's like, it really doesn't, dude. Like it doesn't. Like it plays perfectly fine at like 1080p or even 720 still looks fine. Like I like the Switch games on Switch look great. Like Breath of the Wild still looks amazing, and that's at 720p, and like there's no crazy graphic rendering happening there. It looks great, and it's more about like art direction, art style. You know, graphics are always, they got to be nice. Like they got to be pleasing to the eye, but like
but eventually it has to be just fun to play.
Yeah, you know? Seriously. Oh, there you are.
just brightening the screen. I just noticed I'm like becoming black. I'm like becoming really black.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh man, yeah.
But yeah, that's I honestly I just wanted to have like just an open talk about cheat codes, man. Like, what's some of your favorite cheat codes that you had, like either back in the day or even today? Like again, like what are some of your favorite mods that you like? Because for me personally, like I remember playing.
You go first.
Yeah, sure.
You say, yeah.
I remember playing like on PlayStation 1. I had a James Bond Tomorrow Never Dies game, which isn't that great. It's not that great.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's not. But when I was younger and I discovered cheat codes,
yes,
when you can play that game with infinite ammo, all the guns, and run through walls, the game becomes 1,000 times more fun. Because I literally just run to the very end of a level if I wanted to, and just do anything, which is what I love about, like, that's the thing about video games, right? It's like, I'm escaping into this world where anything is possible. And it's like, let me do anything I want. If I want to be James Bond running through walls with like a machine gun that never runs out and just shooting everybody in my way. That
should be an option.
Yeah, like it was so much fun doing that. Like I loved that aspect of like old games where you could like, you know, go to the main menu and press X, square, circle, up, down, you know, and then like you hear the noise and like, oh, you unlock something. That's what I miss most, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. They just suck. I think I still remember Italian Job was one of the first ones I got. Remember when they had those Scholastic book fairs or whatever?
Yeah.
And they had the game like the PS2 book. It was like a weird rectangle like orange book, and it would be like a cheat code book for like the PS2 or like PS1 and shit.
Yep.
There was one cheat for it was like an Italian Job. It was like a bad game. It was like a car racing game, but I just wanted all the cars in the game.
That's a movie.
I stuck to the game. It's a game also.
I didn't know they made a game. I remember the movie.
I know,
though.
it sucks. It's like, okay, it's pretty bad. But all I remember is the cheat code. It was like square, triangle, square, O, triangle, O, or something similar to that. And that was for like all the cars in the game. I remember because it wouldn't save for some reason. So I had to keep remembering that cheat code. And that was one of the first cheat codes I remembered. And then I don't know if Tekken 3 had it, but I know racing games had it, and it was just like fun because you can be like, oh, I'll beat the game legit, or if I want, I'll just get all the cars really quick so I can just mess around and like have fun.
Yeah, see, that's
maybe I don't have 8 hours to unlock every car in the game. Maybe
and that's the thing where it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, to me, there's no wrong way to play a game, because it's like, at the end of the day, you paid for it. Just have fun.
No, there is a wrong way. Once they add microtransactions, you have to buy it. You have to pay to win.
Well, that's
the wrong way to make a game. That's the wrong way to make a game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other way. That's the other end.
Yeah,
but yeah, like another one that I just thought of, like that I loved, and probably one of my favorite. Like, I don't know if you can call it a cheat or a glitch or whatever it is, but like in Pokemon, do you ever play the original like Pokemon Red or Blue?
Yeah, is that the one with like you get Charmander, Pikachu, or Bulbasaur in the beginning?
Yeah, or Squirtle.
Yeah, the OG one, black and white ones. Yeah.
So, like, did you ever hear of Missing No?
Missing No?
Yeah.
No. What
okay.
The hell is that?
So in Pokemon, there's a part of the game where it's like I don't know if it's like if it was done on purpose or if it's a glitch or something, but basically, what you can do is you talk to this one guy in this one town. And then if you fly to this island called Cinnabar Island and you swim along the coast, eventually you're going to run into a Pokemon, and it's called Missing No. And what it is literally like, it looks like a barcode that is just like a glitch in the game. And what it does is it makes in your item inventory, it takes whatever is in your, I think it was your 6th or 7th slot. Whatever is there, it like maxes out the amount of the quantity of that item. So like,
is it a cheat code or is it a glitch?
I don't. It's not a cheat code because you're not entering anything. It's just like it's like a weird glitch, I guess, where it's like
maybe it's like a secret bug. Remember they left it
that
in.
That might be the best way to describe it.
That just helps you. That's just a weird helpful thing.
Yeah, that's the thing because like. I remember hearing about it like from my friends, like they would talk about it at recess and like, what are you talking about missing? What? And like when I saw it, I saw one person like take the master ball, which is basically like you throw it
the best thing you catch it. Yeah. And
then I saw he had like 99 of them. I'm like,
oh my
what?
God.
How did you do that?
Yeah. Back in the day when you were a kid too, you're like, oh my God. How do you? Oh my God.
What did you do?
Your master balls. How'd you get some?
But it's just like. I absolutely loved it because what I would do is I would max out Master Balls and max out rare candies, and because
you break the game essentially.
Basically, and I would just have like level 100 Pokemon because I would just feed them rare candy, And so like rare candy in the
Yeah.
games, like they gain level. So it's like I would just feed my Pokemon just infinite amounts of rare candy until they got to level 100. I'm like, I can't be stopped.
Yeah,
And
and your
then,
Charizard's like,
it's just
it's
a
just like,
roided out monster.
yeah, like you see, like, oh, there's a Pikachu, catch it. And you see Charizard's fist, Charizard's fist, like, like, yeah,
Yeah, that's the stuff that I miss. Like those kind, because it's not actually game breaking. Like I always heard rumors that it's like it could corrupt your save file. It never happened to me. Which
that's gotta be propaganda. I don't know who says it corrupts your same. That's like,
it's like it happens to one person and then they just talk about it and it just spreads,
yeah,
you know. But like
yeah.
I had never gotten a corrupt save file from it, and no one I knew ever
Unless
got one either.
maybe, yeah, unless maybe they like did it on like multiple save files and they kept like doing something weird where they kept like overriding it and they kept doing the glitch over.
But
and
that's
over
the
again
thing in
yeah.
Pokemon, you can't have multiple save files.
Well, then he's a liar.
He's
He's,
just
he's a dirty liar.
But yeah, I absolutely love that. So I was like, tell me more about what other cheat code mods do you like to install?
Witcher 3 has probably one of my. So, because mods back then or cheat codes back then kind of altered what was already in the game. So, like, you know, GTA San Andreas was a huge one for cheat
dude.
codes. Infinite ammo,
Love
infinite
San
health,
Andreas.
infinite stamina. I don't know if they had the super jump back then, but that's usually. I don't think they had super jump. They might have.
Yeah.
But they have like infinite like strength, infinite everything, like the generic stuff you boost it. But that's already in the game. They just boost all the stats basically. But in the newer ones or in Witcher 3, these new mods that come out, like Skyrim has it too, where they'll take like particle effects or people will import their own visual effects and add it to an ability that's not in the game, rename it. Like in Skyrim, how you can have like Rasengan from Naruto, they'll add those abilities where you can like have a
that's
Naruto
cool.
ability. Yeah, and they have like the animation from like the show and they have the sound effects imported. Like the mods have just gotten better. We're like Witcher 3, the example I was going to say, you have like fire effects or like telekinetic blasts. You have like a mind control type thing ability. But they have mods where it's so cool. I have to show it because I'm not good at explaining it. But like if you look up Witcher 3 mods and like fire abilities or something, someone added like these cool like Thanos like rings or like these artifacts you have that collect. You can equip these artifacts like, oh, it's a scroll of mage whatever spells or something,
Sure.
and you equip it and it alters the in-game abilities, like the animations, all of it changes to something that's not even, it doesn't exist in the game.
That's
so
pretty cool.
You create tornadoes like the telekinetic ability. Usually you have like an air blast that does like a 360 air blast when you're max whatever ability, but they changed it to where it shoots tornadoes in every direction from you, and it's an animation of an actual so it's like it's a high res like visual effects that are added to the game for abilities that didn't even exist.
I love
so
that.
It's like, so basically I play the game from beginning again because I already have 90 hours in the game at the time, and then I got that mod. Now I have like 100 and some hours, but it's like
190.
it's now I have 190 and then I deleted the save on accident, so now I have 200. But it's like stuff like that gives the game a second life. That's why when GTA or people, again, when they don't support those mods, like you're only shooting yourself in the foot. I'm only playing your game for a longer period of time. There's nothing that can make me like.
And honestly,
yeah.
I like one thing I really love about that is like the creativity that gets showcased by like community people that aren't getting paid to do this. Like they're just
unknown people. Just out of nowhere.
like I love that.
Yeah.
And it also like makes me think like, damn, video games really do have even a brighter future, because if people are doing this in their spare time and making already good looking games look even better or adding things to it that just make it more fun, it's like, imagine if these people were given like creative control by a studio to be like, make a game. Like that'd be nuts. Like
that's the thing. Like that's the fantasy, because it'll always be like, oh, we'll give you free reign of control, totally.
Yeah.
And then like 1 week in, they're like, we need this done in a month, and then they'll just let them fall. But yeah, that's the dream scenario.
That's why I don't understand like why like like Nintendo, for example, like they're very like so tight and like strict about like their games and stuff. Like they don't want people messing with them, because like even in that Game Genie article that I sent you, like they were talking about like the people that made the Game Genie eventually got sued by Nintendo, because Nintendo was like, it's copyright infringement because you're changing our game, and the judge was like, well, it's only
how is it copyright infringement if you're changing the game?
Well,
like how is that?
Because
you're using the assets.
Yeah, because basically like you're changing their creative control over what they made.
But doesn't that make
right?
it transformative? And it's not like you're like copying the game and reselling it.
Well, that's the thing. The judge basically said, well, I'm going to rule in favor of the creators of the Game Genie because what they're doing is not permanent. Like you can just turn off the game and turn it back on and it's back to normal. Like it's not what they're creating, what they're allowing people to do is not permanent. So it's not infringing on anything. It's not changing anything. Like you can always reset it or you can just not use it. Like it doesn't like 100% change your stuff.
The game isn't distributed. Yeah, it's
not
exactly.
being
distributed either.
Yeah. So like it's like even nowadays, like with the billions of mods, I actually saw a really funny one for Resident Evil 8 where like they had like the monsters change to like Barney. You ever see that?
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, that sounds funny.
Oh, it's like really funny. Like they changed. There's lots of like inappropriate mods as well for obvious reasons. But like one of the funny ones I saw was like they had like at one point in the game you're in these dungeons and like these monsters come out and it's like they're just Barneys that come out of like the walls. And it's like, but it's just the purple dinosaur. Yeah, basically. But yeah, it was just really funny seeing that. But yeah, like I it makes me want to do that stuff like on a PC and like because my laptop's pretty strong. Like I could do that if I wanted to. I don't know.
It takes time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Especially nowadays, mods, I swear, I thought Witcher 3, you look at some mods, and the cooler the mod gets, most of the time, it requires mod mergers or, like, mod managers, or it needs, you have to, like, layer the mods in a certain way for it to function. Because, like, with the Witcher 3 mods, like I said, the assets are not native to the game, so all of it has to be imported. Then you have to merge it with the scripts you have to merge it with the in-game scripts so it activates with your ability, and it's a new ability, and it's just like, dude, it takes, I swear, whenever I go through a modding phase, I tell my friend Jeff, it's 90% trial and error and being upset, and then 10% at the very end, I'm like,
worth it.
Well,
I would imagine like some of that stuff doesn't require like really strong like PC hardware.
You mean like the Witcher 3 stuff, or
not just any of it? Yeah, I would imagine like if you're adding new assets to a game, maybe.
No, I think it's more. Most of it is storage. Because you need a place to store the mods, and usually the mods nowadays are like, you know, a few gigs each for like any decent like mod. But it's CPU computing at that point, I believe, just because of the assets in that game is a lot of motion, like assets or particles being shot out.
Right.
And it's more, you notice in the frame rate because the game can run at a smooth 60 for me at like ultra settings. But then when I start using mods over time, once I start layering all of the mods, it goes down to like, whenever I use a bunch of effects, it'll go to like 48 to like 50 something, then it'll jump back up to 60. But there's moments where you have to be careful.
That makes sense. I mean, I would imagine it would be kind of tough on your computer if you're just, you know,
because you're playing the game and then some, basically.
Right. You're only adding more to the game. It's kind of like you're just adding more weight onto.
And your computer's like, so you're just not going to upgrade me.
Yeah,
you're just gonna upgrade the game.
You're gonna do this right now. Right now, you're gonna do this to me.
No, sure. I was gonna render, but okay, yeah, more effects. I know it. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. It makes me want to dive into that world more, but it's very intimidating because, like what you just said, 90% trial and error. And it's like I've tried I've tried simple stuff like running a GameCube game on my computer, and like I downloaded like some like 4K assets to make the game look nicer, and like I did that, and it was just chugging. And it was like, man, this is really like you gotta like. There's so much settings
you have a 4K
tweaking.
monitor?
No. But I'm saying like the assets are 4K, so it just makes your stuff look nicer. Just makes it look more crisp. Basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
But like adding that additional like assets to the game, it was making the computer kind of chug, and I was like, man, this is I didn't realize this was so like intensive, like I guess graphic intensive. It could be like my graphics card's like, yeah, just it's too much. But that's cool, man. I look forward to. We got to do a playthrough of like Witcher,
maybe like
or something.
A modern,
something modded out.
But God, we have to like commit hardcore and do that weekly because there's no way we can finish a game like that. Even if we burst through these side missions, maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think of what.
We gotta do something simpler. at first.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a short game, but
Well, GTA 5, like the story is pretty short, right?
yeah, if we just do the essentials, it'll
Yeah.
take us like
You can mod that.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
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 But yeah, I figured
Yeah.
we got to add
We
that
should
to
do
the
that.
list, 'cause
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh. No, but Red Dead. Red Dead. There's a cool mod. This is a cool mod I didn't tell you about that I actually love. There's a gang mod where, you know, Red Dead in the side story missions where it's like, oh, take Charles and go do this thing, and then Charles the NPC will like follow you to do something. You can spawn. There's a script or in a folder. There's like a text. There's like a note. Oh my god. There's a file.
There's a file in the computer.
It's somewhere. But like, so you install it, and you know how they usually have like a README document where they show you the instructions? Well, this document has like access to a folder which has a notepad file, and it shows you the list of your gang members, and it says like disabled or enabled, and it lets you pick and choose which gang members spawn as NPC bodyguards on you. So you hit like G or whatever for like guards, and they all just spawn from the sky like right next to you.
That's pretty cool.
It's legit because you can have the whole gang. So when you're out like in single player just messing around, and like there's a random like NPC encounter with like O'Driscoll's or something, before you even start the fight, you could just hit G, and then your whole squad just goes doom, and it's the whole camp. Even
posse up.
Even that one that Miss Grimshaw, even Miss Grimshaw's there when she's a shoddy from the end of the game. She has her shoddy.
Nice.
It's just like, it's so
that's awesome.
But then so we could do that campaign, and we could just choose to spawn the whole squad on every mission. So we're going shopping, and we just have the old like 10, 12 of us like going to the store.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah,
we could do that. Actually.
I think that'd be great. That sounds like a lot of fun. I actually thought about if we could take turns where it's like you play through Red Dead, and I have I was thinking about, I've got the Sega Genesis Classic, and I was thinking like we could do like Sonic or something. Like I'll stick to playing the old stuff, and then you could play the new stuff. I think.
You know what? That'd be kind of.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Fortunately, I can't mod that though. But the Red Dead stuff.
Yeah, you can just like unplug your controller, plug it back, and you're like, whoa,
what's happening? Anyway, well, cool, man. That's awesome. We're getting close to the end of it, so I wanted to hit you with a little bit of video game history.
All right.
Okay. So this game came out. I'm going to give you the exact date it came out. 1 second. I have it pulled up right here.
Am I going to guess the game?
You should be able to. It's right in your wheelhouse, and it's very
really?
Yeah. May 18th, 20.
Oh, it's almost my birthday.
2010. Me too.
Wait, what's your birthday?
May 25th.
25th. Oh, okay. Mine's May 19th. That's crazy.
Nice.
May 18th, 20 what?
25th. That's mine. Oh, wait. No, the game? Oh, sorry. I thought it was about me. Excuse me. I thought we were just talking about me. May 18th, 2010.
Jesus.
So this
Wait, that's recent.
Yeah, I mean, relatively, yeah. This was not last gen. PS3, 360 era.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, 2010, dude.
Like what game came out, or like what?
No, I'm saying I guess the game.
But like, just like only one game came out that day or something?
I mean, there might have been multiple games, but this is the only one that I'm thinking of. It's very popular. 2010.
2010.
Oh, Katy Perry's California Girls was one of the top.
Game?
No, that was one of the top songs of 2010. I'm just trying to get you into that mindset.
California, God, what a song!
Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like a G6 by the Far East Movement was also a big hit. I love that song.
What? Like a G6?
Like a G6.
Oh, like a G6.
Yeah.
Like a, yeah. Wow.
Anyway, this is all just 2010
I'll
stuff.
say, how about Mass Effect around that time? Mass Effect 2?
No.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Waiting. Oh, Dutch. He's a rat. Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead 1, dude. May 18th,
I got it.
2010.
Dang.
It's been so long. It's crazy. I remember that game came out, and I remember playing it for the first time on PS3, and I was like, "What? This is amazing!" Like,
That means GTA 6 won't come out till like 20.
dude, I don't even know, man. I have no idea.
2029. We're gonna get our first trailer in like 4 years from now.
Yeah, dude. It's basically gonna come out for the PS6, like whenever the next generation.
PS6 Pro.
Yeah, honestly, that's gonna be the GTA 6 game.
It's gonna come out when my laptop is not my laptop. It's gonna be like a dirt thing now.
It's gonna come out when we're dead, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
that's basically what's gonna happen.
GTA 6 Anniversary Edition.
I remember in my day, GTA was about shooting people, and now it's all about lasers and the future.
Future.
Anyway, yeah, that May 18th, 2010 was Red Dead Redemption. Can't believe it. Man, it's crazy that it's been
Dude,
that long.
I can't imagine the graphics we're gonna see because you've seen the 4K texture. Have you seen the texture mods, the ultra res texture mods for Red Dead they have released? The mods, it's insane.
It is.
You have?
I've seen some screenshots.
But you see, the water is it's real.
It's water.
It's real. I touched it. It's wet.
It's liquid.
Yeah, I'm like.
That's wet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
no, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Well, that's the thing about Rockstar games, right? They're just really pretty. They're just
That's
really
the thing.
good
They
looking
take
games.
time to make a good game, and the single player is always going to be fun. Like Red Dead was fun.
Oh, dude, I love the first Red Dead, man. By the end of that game,
ending was so sad.
dude. By the ending, I was just like,
fuck the government, allegedly.
Yeah.
But like in a game, man.
Yeah, dude,
Seriously.
it was rough, dude. Watching what happened. Like,
It's sad because he totally did what they wanted, and they're just like, we're gonna kill you anyway.
yeah, it's
you
like,
idiot. Like,
thanks, boom. Like,
yeah,
man, they did him dirty. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's everything we have for the show this week. I hope you had a good time, Kayhan. I did. It's nice talking to you again.
Yeah,
seeing
it's
your
good to be
ugly
back.
face.
It's good to be back. I can't play games.
Yeah. Do you hear the gear switching? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. That'll be it. For this.
One thing we should do in the future, it's related to gaming, but like, have you heard of the Micro Center?
No.
Have you heard of Fry's?
Yes. It just closed
It's
by
like
me.
I
Wait,
know,
they all
'cause-
closed.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They were out of business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So screw them.
I really
the
like their
Micro
stuff.
Center. The Micro Center in Tustin is the closest thing in There's only one in California, but it's basically Fry's. But apparently their customers or their customer support is very good. They have everything that Fry's had and more. Apparently they have racing rigs. You know when people have those custom racing seats at their home.
Right.
They have it so you can assemble the rig in store to buy. Like they have like streaming setups and everything. And I just want to go there one day. I was saying like one day when we want to like, if we want to buy tech or something, we should like actually go out there and like look through that store because it's the only Fry's we have now at this point.
So you're saying that we'll go there. You'll buy me a rig for like racing or VR stuff, or you're gonna pay for that?
Yeah. Almost. It's just like we're gonna go there, but you're gonna buy me. You're gonna buy me this racing rig. I already have a wish list set up there, so when I go there,
nice.
I'm gonna be like, that's my dad. Charge it to his car.
Where's that?
Tustin. It's like, I swear,
Where's that?
it's like 40 minutes from here, 50 minutes. That's why I'm like, I'm not
okay.
going unless I'm buying something. But like,
That's fair.
but if we're buying like headphones or something where it's like you want to see it in person, then I'll go out there. Cause like sometimes I don't want to go to Best Buy because Best Buy doesn't really have everything I want.
Very true.
And apparently the Micro Center is like Fry's where they have every single computer part you could possibly want, and you can see it. And yeah, they have computer you can build your PC there.
Oh, wow.
They have a station where you can set it up and apparently test your PC before you go home, so you know it works. So when you go home and you assemble it,
Yeah, but do they have Nintendos?
They have video. Just fucking die. Nintendo fanboy over here. What the hell? If they don't have this incredibly old, ancient piece of hardware.
I just want my Mario. Okay.
Hi, do you want the new RTX 3090? I want Nintendo, and I'm not leaving
Switch
until I get it or die. It's my Nintendo 90, didn't it?
Well, that sounds pretty cool, man. I loved going to Fry's, so that'd be super fun. I wouldn't mind going there.
That could be an episode. We could like film ourselves, be like, "What's up? Donate to my Patreon. I'm in this stupid store."
And then they're gonna kick us out after we call the store stupid.
And then that's the headline of the video. We make a bunch of money. But yeah.
I love your
arrested at Micro Center. And I'm like, in the camera.
Yes.
But it's out of focus. I'm like,
I love that. Yeah, sure. Well, maybe that'll be an adventure someday where we'll get arrested at a Micro Center.
And then we don't get a computer. Yeah.
The whole reason we go there, we don't end up buying anything. We end up in a jail cell. In,
no,
Tustin.
The title is we go to Micro Center to get a computer, and then the asterisk, and it says gets physical, like gets arrested. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll do that someday. All right, cool. Well, this has been super fun. Kayhan, you're online. Where can we find you?
Oh God. Oh, on Instagram. I have a new Instagram. I just renamed it, not new.
Oh.
It's called Kobe-sama. Kobesama.
Kobe-sama.
Shakasu. Griffin.
Oh, dude.
We needed to make a clan. We needed to make an Overwatch clan.
Yeah, we do. Well, when Overwatch 2 comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Someday. We'll do that.
You have to change your name, though, remember?
What?
Do you remember? You have to change your name to Shakasu or something.
Yeah, you can make another. I can make another account and change my name. That's fine.
But if it's not available, then you can't. Remember the Dead Poet Society, DPS?
Yes. Wait, don't give away our ideas.
Delete that.
Anyway, you can also find me on Instagram at loverboy_hav. And then you can also find the multiplayer account on Instagram and Twitter at GoMultiplayered. I just put up a cool picture of this Mega Man X little thing I have here.
Isn't that what I thought Zach had that.
Nope. It belongs to me.
Oh, did you post it on multiplayer?
I did.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
I saw that post. I was like, I thought it was Zach. Okay.
Nah, I post stuff on there when it's some of my stuff sometimes. So, just to share with the world. But anyway, that is everything we have for this week. Hope everyone had a good time. We will see you next time on multiplayer, and hopefully, I think Zach will be back next week. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, thank you, Kayhan. It's been super fun talking to you. Thanks everybody for listening, and remember that we love you, and you should love you too.
Oh wow, that's positive.
I only go out of positive vibes, baby. Positive vibes only.